12th house Lord is directly connected with Ashram. Ashram is an Indian word which literally means a monastery. In general, it is not safe to live in an ashram, especially nowadays. Maximum politics happens in the ashram, in the monastery. It's an irony that people leave everything, people renounce and come and stay in an ashram, and then finally they come back into the same circle. The same thing starts: politics, jealousy, whether he is better than me or I am better than him, who is close to the master. All this kind of competition, jealousy, politics, all these things happen in an ashram or in a monastery. So it is not safe to stay in ashram. I am totally against of this idea of living in an ashram, and there is a reason for it. And the reason is that you come out of this materialistic world and then you get back into the same world, just the appearance is different. You remain as you are. Then what is the use of this renunciation? What is the use of all this? That is why 99% of all these men and women who stay in ashram, they never progress on spiritual path. It is a hard fact, a hard truth. Those who are aware, they know it very well, because they have read in the newspapers that maximum scandals and scams have happened in the ashram. Just a few months ago, a woman was saying that my daughter is not behaving well and I should send her to ashram so that she will start behaving properly. I said to her, please don't do it, because you are sending her with some good intention. There is a high possibility that she may be exploited, because ashram is not a safe place, and you don't need to renounce everything and go to ashram to attain God. That never happens. 99% of all the great masters have attained without going to any ashram. There are many people who are behind building ashrams. Few days ago, a man had approached, and he himself was an astrologer. I said to him, why are you approaching me? He said, no, I want to ask you some questions, because now I am planning to start an ashram. And the questions that he asked me were so intimate that I cannot even share those on this forum. Those questions itself signify that he is so much still into the Mayajal, into the illusions of this world. But he is so much in rush to start an ashram. That is how people are. Spirituality is not so easy. You may build 100 ashrams, but you will not get, or you will not attain even 1% of spirituality. It is a hard truth which nobody is going to like and nobody wants to listen to. And I don't care, because my sharing is not for any benefits as such. I am a fakir. I don't care whether you like it or you don't like it. But I want to share, and so I am sharing. So never think of going to any ashram. never have this idea that by renouncing everything, if you go to any ashram, then you will attain, then you will progress. That never happens. Many people who stay in the ashram are either total failure, dejected, depressed, frustrated, and I say this based on what I have seen. I am not sharing anything from any books. It is through my own experience on what I have seen. Ashram is not a safe place. There was a time during the age-old ancient times when it was a safe place, because that kind of environment was there, that kind of understanding was there, the master was there. And there have been incidences when the master is there, but still there have been some problems, some terrible things happening in the ashram while the master is still there. So you tell me, if the master is not there and the ashram is running, what will be the scenario? Many people think that ashram is a place where they can just escape. They consider it as a abode of where they can escape. And a man who tries to escape from this material world never attains God. Only that man who is willing to face all his problems and all his difficulties and all the challenges of life while staying in this material life will attain God at some stage of this life or next life. Many people come with some weird ideas that now I want to go to Himalayas, I want to renounce everything. They think by going to Himalayas, God will come, they will attain. So all these kind of weird ideas people have. The master says that there is no need to go anywhere. Wheresoever you are, focus on your self-growth, meditate, chant, and you yourself become so good that the master has to come in search of you. There is no need to go anywhere. People think that by going to some mountain, they will attain. Nothing happens. There are thousands and thousands of monks all around those mountains. Not a single has attained anything. Whereas there is someone as a Lahari Mahasaya, who was the guru of Yukteswar Giri, and Yukteswar Giri was the guru of Paramahansa Yogananda. But Lahari Mahasaya always remained in this material world. He wanted to set an example that by being here itself, you can attain self-realization. You need not go anywhere. So the first point is, anytime going to an ashram is not a good idea. And the second point is, if your 12th house lord is afflicted, is weak, is poor, then you should always be more cautious of staying away from the ashram, from the monastery. Because the very idea that only monastery or ashram is the path towards God is very wrong. Kabir never went to any ashram. Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj always used to say, there is no need of any ashram. And people are always behind that, come on, start an ashram. It's like a enterprise nowadays. But the real seeker never goes to any ashram. It is not required. Wheresoever you are, if you focus, if you are consistent, you will attain. And you need not go anywhere. It reminds me of a story. There was a man and he used to get angry very, very fast. And one day he became so angry that he killed his wife. And it is a very old story during the old times. And there was no such law or such order as such at that time. So he killed his wife because of his anger. And a monk was passing by and he said, you come with me now. So that man said, okay. And he followed the monk. And after a few years, this man became a Baba. And everybody started calling him Shantidas because he used to be very in peace. He never used to get angry on anybody. Now imagine, the man who killed his wife because of anger is now being called as Shantidas. And everybody used to appreciate him that he is so peaceful. His name is Shantidas. Shanti means peace. And many days and many years passed. He became a very big Baba. And one day, a man recognized him. He had come from the same village where this man used to live. And the man said, are you Raghav? So Shantidas quickly recognized that this is the same man from my village. And if I say something, then everybody will come to know that out of anger I had killed my wife. So he said nothing. After a while, the man again said, are you the same Raghav? And the third time when he said, are you the same Raghav? He became so angry. Shantidas became so angry that he got up and he slapped him and he said, yes, I am the same Raghav. But it happened so spontaneously that he didn't realize that all his anger that he had suppressed for 20 years has come out. And now everybody has observed this anger. So what happened? 20 years and still the anger was there. What is the use of this kind of monkhood? What is the use of staying in an ashram for 20 years and still having the same anger? The whole focus should be on your self-growth, and that has to happen wheresoever you are in this material world itself. While staying with your family, you should find your time. You should give quality time to yourself and slowly progress on your spiritual path. Never rush. What happens is that the mind is always in rush. And so even when you come on this spiritual path, you are in rush. Within 10 days, you want to become a Buddha. How is that possible? Even for a baby to come out of the womb, it takes 9 months. So the whole message of this video is this, that do not fall in the trap of this ashram or ashram life. Spirituality and ashram or spirituality and monastery has nothing to do. You can find your spiritual path, you can attain your spiritual progress while living in this same material world. This is the place to do it, and nowhere else you need to go. That is the only message. Jai Sri Ganesha. Jai Guru.
ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः।